Well, I've had about a 4-month break now from working on this bike. Due to other commitments, I've had a major refurbishment to carry out, which has taken me far longer than I thought it would. But anyway, I'll be starting back on this bike in a couple of weeks probably. But just to recap, the gearbox is done, magneto's on, bottom end's built up, no piston on yet. The starter motor, which is here, that's ready to be refitted. And apart from that, it's more or less as it was when I left it about three or 4 months ago. That's the starter motor that came off the bike. Well, the top end of the bike is more or less finished now. I've done the cylinder head, new valves, new valve guides, all been lapped in, valve seat tree cut. It's had a rebore to suit this brand new Hepalite piston. It's new old stock and it's a 40 thou oversize, and I've had it machined, so I'm happy about that. And I've also picked up some Hepalite piston rings, same size, so that should be fine. And these are just the rest of the parts I've got. This is all the valve gear to go back onto the bike. So it won't be too long before I'm back rebuilding this. What I have noticed is that quite a few guys go missing for weeks and months at a time. My situation was I had a property to refurbish, and it's taken far longer than I thought it would take. But this week I had a message from YouTube asking where I was and what I was doing, and I know I was only talking to a computer probably, but I just thought I'd post this little update to keep people informed as to where this bike is going. Well, another thing I got up to while I've been away was I went to an auction and I bought a whole bunch of these. These are, that's T1, these are T2, and obviously they don't fit my my block, so I've bought one of these cheapy ones off eBay, and it seems to work okay. So I've just got to make my mind up now. There's 24 of these. I obviously don't need 24, so I'm just trying to decide whether to stay with the ones I've got and just see if anybody wants these at a reasonable price. I also bought a whole bunch of these drills. I think there's 27 of them. No, there's more than 27. It's more like 47, and most of them some of them are 3/4, not all of them, but they're all odd sizes, but all imperial sizes, and it looks like they've all been reground and they're quite sharp. All this came from an engineering company that was closing down. So when I've made my mind up, I'll if I don't use the T2s, I'll put them up on eBay, and I'll put them up at a reasonable price just to get rid of them really. Well, before I continue with the BSA, which is on the stand over there, it's been there for quite a while now. I've been working on this project, full refurbishment, and the last thing I've got to do is to make some gates. And I've picked up some gates from a firm called DC Iron, and they were on offer because I think they were a cancelled order, but they're not quite the dimensions I need, so I'm going to have to cut them up and alter them, and I'll show you what the plan is. I've already cut them in half, and the plan is to extend them to give them more height, just like that. And that's the plan. I need 40 inches in the height and 43 in the width on both of them, and that's not exactly a precision drawing, as you can see, but it's good enough for what I need. So I'll make a start on that now. So to get the size I want, I need to increase the height of the gates, and these bars are 12mm, and I've not got 12mm bar, but what I have got, I've got a whole load of this hexagonal bar which is 12mm across the flats. So I'm going to cut them up to size, and I've already done one. I just chucked it into the lathe and turned it down to 12mm, and that seems to be okay. So I'm going to make these now. I think there's 16 of them to do. Well, that took about 6 or 7 minutes to cut those blanks. There's 16 of them. I just need to put them in the lathe now and turn them down to 12mm. I'll do that next job. Well, there's the first 8, all centre drilled, ready to be turned down now. Well, as you can see, I've cut all these little insert pieces, these little rods. They're 6 3/4 inches long, which will raise the height of the gate that much. All I need to do now is to cut a chamfer on the end of them for welding, and these are the pieces here which extend both sides of the gate. So I'll press on with that now. Well, these are I've made these support brackets, and I've bolted these gudgeons on, and the pillars are in pretty good condition, but they'll just screw to the pillars now, and they should be fine. Well, I've got these gates finished now. One of them is painted, as you can see, and I've had to raise them up about 6.5 inches, and that's these little pieces here which are turned out of the hexagon bar, and they look okay. You can see on the painted one they look fine. So I'm almost there now, and when I get them painted and hung, I'll show you how they look on the property. Well, that's it for the moment, just a short catch up. Sorry I've been missing for a couple of months, but I'll be back online soon.